to 25 capital improvement plan. We have a number of panelists available for questions and answers at the end of this presentation. But just to do some quick introductions, I am Dr. Carrie Cantrell. I am the Chief Engineer for Planning and Land Development, one of two houses or sections within engineering. Mr. Carl Wilson is my counterpart in capital projects and operational support. He's the chief engineer there. He will hopefully be joining us as a panelist. This is our first time doing this, so of course there's technical difficulties. We also have Mrs. Bhavna Swayampakala, who is the Planning Division Manager. She will be presenting the first third of this presentation for us today. We also have Mr. Jeff Davis, who is our Division Manager for Rehab and Operational Support Group. So a lot of his projects are particular to inside the treatment plants, although that's not necessarily the case 100% of the time. And then also presenting on some of the available projects is Mr. Chuck Bliss, who is our Division Manager for Capital Projects and Project Management. We also have joining us as panelists Mr. Ron Hargrove, who is one of our Deputy Directors. We also have Mrs. Jackie Gerald, who is our Interim Deputy Director. And then we also have Mrs. Frederica Love, our Business Diversity Lead with our procurement team, who whose specialty is the Charlotte Business Inclusion program and initiatives that we have going on in the city. So one last thing, I just want to say happy Left-Handers Day. I'm a left-hander for those joining us live. And I will go ahead and pass over the presentation to Bhavna.
Thank you, Carrie, for all the introduction. Again, thank you all for joining us this afternoon to learn about the Charlotte Water FY21 through 25 Capital Investment Plan. Again, my name is Bhavna Swayampakala, and I'm the Planning Group Division Manager. So my group not only puts together the capital investment plan, but we are also responsible for water system studies, inquiries, sanitary sewer basin studies, and the capacity assurance program. So I have almost 3 senior engineers who manage these different groups within the plan. So brief outline of today's presentation. I'll just talk about some of the Charlotte water and sewer system infrastructure, and then get into some of our goals of how we develop our capital investment plan and how they are categorized. Followed by my presentation, we'll have Jeff Davis and Chuck Bliss talk about different upcoming opportunities within the capital project and operations support group. I know you all are muted, so please feel free to kind of send your questions in the chat window, and we'll make sure we'll answer it in the end. So Charlotte Water basically has 2 drinking water supply intakes, 2 raw water reservoirs, 3 water treatment plants, 4 different field operations facilities, 7 wastewater treatment plants. We not only serve Mecklenburg County, but we also serve the adjacent towns of Davidson, Cornelius, Huntersville, Mint Hill, Matthews, and Pineville. We have 17 staff facilities and 83 water lift stations. We have approximately 1,000 full-time positions. Again, to the water system facts, as I told earlier, there are 3 water treatment plants. The total design capacity for these plants equal to 174 million gallons per day. We treat about 109 million gallons per day in average. We operate 4 pressure zones. There are about 17 booster pump stations and various elevated storage and ground storage tanks. The total miles of pipe which we maintain is about 4,400, which range between a 1-inch to a 120-inch. There are about 297,000 active water connections, and we maintain about 17,000 hydrants. On the sanitary sewer facts, as I already said, there are 5 wastewater treatment plants all around the county, and there are 2 package plants. The total wastewater treatment capacity is 123 million gallons per day, and the average treatment rate is 89 million gallons per day. The total miles of pipe that we maintain on the sewer side is about 4,400, which range from a 1.5-inch to a 96-inch pipe. There are 83 sanitary sewer pump stations, and 270,000 active wastewater connections. So Charlotte Water is a vital component of our community. So while we provide safe drinking water and treat wastewater, we also make sure that we are maintaining public health and protect the environment. So we do different lab tests and we try to reduce our SSOs. Our SSOs have reduced by more than 33% in the last couple of years. We also ensure that our system is providing adequate fire protection and everyone has access to reliable infrastructure with capacity to accommodate for new homes and businesses. So the main goals of our community capital investment plan is identify the right projects, identify long-term project funding needs, maintain capital annual funding level, and ensure financial viability. We have to make sure our goals are well balanced and support other municipal vision plans, economic development plans, and meet regulatory requirements. So how do we categorize our projects and programs? So our projects and programs are categorized into these 4 categories. The first one is regulatory requirements. Most of the water quality projects fall under this category. Capacity for growth, as the name suggests, any pipeline or treatment plant enhancement projects for capacity fall under this category. Rehab and replacement are mostly maintenance type of projects. And commitment to public projects and utility operations. These are projects that we do in conjunction with other city-funded projects. For example, if we need to replace a pipe because of a roadway project or a stormwater project, those projects we put under this category. Here's a breakdown of our CIP this year. This year we have our total CIP is 136 project with a total of $1.94 billion. If you look at different categories of how it's broken down, there's $1.03 billion under capacity for growth, $507 million under rehab and replacement, $155 million under regulatory requirements, and $103 million under commitment for public projects and utility operations. If we further look at the breakdown between water and wastewater, we have 52 water projects and 69 wastewater projects, a total of $431.4 million on the water side and $1 million on the wastewater side. As you can see, the wastewater side is a little higher this year, and it has been in the past couple of years because we are building the new Stowe Regional Resource and Recovery Facility, and there's a lot of capacity enhancement sewer pipeline projects in the CIP too. If you look at the facilities operation and support projects, there are about 16 of them, and that total is about $169 million. Everyone has access to the CIP handout on our website. So wherever you went to go and join this meeting, on the same website, you'll find the handout. Basically, this is an Excel spreadsheet, but it will be in a PDF. And what it shows is the first column is the project ID, which is our CIP ID, followed by the project title or the name of the project. And then it shows the funding amount that's given in the is available for the next 5 years and 10 years. And all of this information is available to download from our website. The another handout you'll see is a CIP funded map. These are all our funded projects, which are which starts in FY21 to FY25. All these are funded. And this map shows the unfunded projects. These are basically our developer reimbursable projects and 10-year needs. And again, all these are available for you all to download from our website, or you can email me if you need more information on these. Again, so now I have explained to you about our Charlotte Water infrastructure and how we come up with the CIP. I'm going to hand it over to Jeff Davis with our treatment plant rehab and operation support he's going to talk about opportunities within his group.
All right, thank you, Bhavna. I'm Jeff Davis, and I'm the division manager for the Rehab and Operations Support Group. My division specializes in rehab projects that are usually small in scope and very quick in schedule. Our portfolio of projects is driven by our treatment plant managers' needs and prioritization. Our division consists of 4 project managers with support staff, and the design of our projects is procured through the use of on-call engineering contracts. So we're always in a very good position to meet critical plant needs. We have a really nice mix of both medium and small projects coming up in the future, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about those now. Next. This first project is located at the Sugar and Irwin Creek wastewater plants. The project is presently in design and is expected to have an NTP in the third quarter of 2021. The project delivery method is projected to be traditional design bid build. A decision has not been made as of yet as to preparing 1 or 2 construction packages. The project is primarily equipment replacement of the UV disinfection units, along with associated concrete channel modifications, slide gates, and electrical. A new effluent chamber will be constructed at the Irwin plant. Next. The second project is located at the Mcalpine wastewater treatment plant. This project is also presently in design and is expected to advertise in the third quarter of 2021. The project delivery method will be traditional design bid build. The project is primarily equipment replacement such as digester heat exchangers, digester mixers, sludge pumping, polymer systems, and conveyors. The project also includes replacement of building mechanical, electrical, and plumbing systems of the dewatering building. It does not include replacement of dewatering equipment such as the centrifuges. Next. This next project is a continuation of a major roofing replacement program we've been working on since 2017. We expect to advertise 5 to 6 more projects within the 2021 through 2022 period. These projects are primarily roofing with a very small amount of plumbing and electrical. And these projects are usually constructed in the spring and fall to avoid the summer season when the school system is doing most of its re-roofing work. The typical project duration for these projects is 90 days, and the contracts are usually organized around 1 treatment plant or 2 plants if in close proximity. Next. Next. The fourth project is located at the Catawba pump station. The Catawba pump station, in one form or fashion, has been in operation now for over 100 years and is truly a piece of history. The project is finishing design, and an expected construction start is the second quarter of 2021. The project delivery method will be traditional design bid build. This project is a veritable potpourri of rehab and improvements. The project has architectural improvements such as window and door replacement, flow metering vaults and replacement of mag meters, along with process piping and repair. In addition, the raw water screens will also be replaced. But the main focus of the project, however, is the replacement of the medium voltage switchgear and feeds with high voltage. It will be very important that the electrical subcontractors bidding the project have experience in both medium and high voltage electrical work. Next. The next project is located at the Irwin Creek wastewater treatment plant. This project is presently in design and is expected to have an NTP in the second quarter of 2021. The project delivery method is traditional design bid build. This project is primarily, again, equipment replacement of the grit system, flow metering, and process piping, along with a small amount of roofing and a new bar screen. Next. The sixth project is also located at the Mcalpine wastewater treatment plant. This project is for Zone 2 field operations, so it's not a rehab project, it's a brand new project. And it's a receiving station for vacuum trucks, septage, and refuse. The project is presently in design and is expected to have an NTP of first to second quarter 2021. The project delivery method will be traditional design bid build. The project is primarily site work, concrete work, and canopy erection. There is very little mechanical, electrical, or equipment installation in this project. Next. Next project is a package plant located near Mid Hill. CLTWater has purchased the plant and has taken over the service area. The plant is needed for another 5 to 10 years or until such time as a regional bi-county pump station is constructed. The project is presently in design and is expected to have an NTP in the second quarter of 2021. The project delivery method will again be traditional design bid build. The project is a rehabilitation and hardening of the existing plant with structural, mechanical, and electrical upgrades. Next. This 8th project is a new Zone 4 Operations Center located near our Irwin wastewater treatment plant. This building is projected to house both Zone 4 Charlotte Water field operations staff, along with a contingent of stormwater services staff. The project delivery method is by CMAR, and Rogers Builders is a CMAR, and C Design is the engineer. There will be multiple bid package opportunities on this project, consisting of traditional structural, architectural, and MEP work. A NTP of first to second quarter 2021 is expected. Next. Next slide. This last project to highlight is a program, a group of projects. These are the miscellaneous rehab projects my division undertakes, as explained at the beginning of my presentation. Again, the driver of these projects are our plant operations and maintenance staffs. Priorities are constantly changing, so it's difficult to predict our future lineup of projects. However, just to kind of give you a flavor of what we do, I've included photos of the fluoride tank replacement at our Wastewater treatment plant and the replacement of the floating digester cover at our McDowell wastewater treatment plant. So our projects really run the gamut from small to medium size in durations. For our smaller projects, we definitely see the need for more bidders. So we encourage you to take a look at these projects as they come up. Well, this concludes my presentation, and I want to thank you for your attendance, and I'm going to turn the presentation over to Chuck Bliss.
Thanks, Jeff. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Chuck Bliss, and I manage the Capital Project Management Group at Charlotte Water Engineering Division. The project management group consists of 5 senior project managers and 6 project managers. Our group manages projects at the treatment facilities in the distribution and collection system. We will show you some of the projects that will have RFQs for professional services or alternative delivery teams and regular construction bids in the next year or so. Next slide, please. The Bile Salts program will be implemented in a series of projects over the next 6 years. The program involves conveying bile solids from 3 wastewater treatment facilities to the Mcalpine wastewater treatment plant, where they will be stored, blended, and then brought through a new bile solids treatment process called thermal hydrolysis, or THP for short. Next slide. The first bile solids project will be the construction of bile solids equalization and blending tanks that are improvements at the Mcalpine wastewater treatment plant. The estimated cost of these improvements is about $23 million. This project is in design right now with the intention of advertising for construction in the spring of 2021 and the construction occurring from the summer of 2021 through the end of 22. Next. The next project will be an RFQ for engineering services for the design of the THP facilities at Mcalpine. We expect to advertise the RFQ in the spring of 2021, with design occurring from 2021 through 2023, and the construction intended to be from 2023 through 2026. Next, please. The next project is the phased improvements and expansion at the Mallard Creek wastewater treatment plant. The phase 1A will be advertised for construction this fall and consists of new blower facility and aeration system improvements. The phase 1 improvements includes new screening facilities, influent pump station, and flow equalization basin. It will also include liquid train improvements to increase treatment capacity to 14.9 MGD. In addition, there will be improvements to the solids handling system and a new odor control system. The method of project delivery is going to be construction manager at risk. The RFQ to select the CMAR contractor will be issued this fall, 2020. Design is expected during 2021 and 22, and construction from 22 to 2026. Next. The next project is the Mallard Creek Basin interceptor improvements. The study of the basin has been completed, and we are completing an assessment of the basin to understand rehab improvements. Progressive Design Build has been selected to deliver the first phase of the new interceptor from the Mallard Creek Wastewater Treatment Plant to UNCC. To complete construction of the identified rehab work. The RFQ to select the Progressive Design Build team will be issued winter of 2021. Next. The next project is a regular construction bid for rehabilitation within the McMullen Creek Basin. The estimated cost of construction is $9.3 million and is expected to advertise this winter of 2021. Next project is the construction bid to replace the Clarks Creek Sewer Lift Station. This project is estimated at $2.2 million and will consist of replacing the existing Clarks Creek can-style lift station with a submersible lift station. The project is expected to advertise this fall of 2020. Next. The next project is a construction bid for the access roads and bridges for Charlotte Water's new Stowe Regional Water Resource Recovery Facility. The construction cost estimate is $10.1 million, and we intend on advertising that construction in the late fall of this year, 2020. Next, please. The next project is part of our regionalization efforts in treating sewer from the town of Belmont. So this project will be a design, build, delivery of a lift station on the Belmont Wastewater Treatment Plant site and a force main across the Catawba River tying into the Charlotte Water Collection System near the Paw Creek Pump Station. The Progressive Design Build RFQ will be issued in early 2021 with the intent of having the project completed by the end of 2024. Next. The next project is a Briar Creek Phase 4 construction contract, which consists of large diameter sewer rehab work on the older Briar Creek interceptor. We will advertise this project this fall of 2020, and work will be completed by the end of 2021. The estimate of construction is $10.5 million. Next. Next project is a construction contract to perform site improvements at Charlotte Water Field Operations Zones 1 and 2. The improvements consist of some minor storm drain and water and sewer work, along with grading and concrete and asphalt paving. The cost estimate is $1.5 million and will be advertised this fall of 2020. Next. And our last project is a Hidden Valley Trunk Sewer Replacement Construction Contract. This project consists of approximately 6,100 feet of 15 and 18-inch sewer. The construction cost estimate is around $2 million, and this project will be advertised also this fall of 2020. So that concludes our presentation of the FY21 through FY2025 Community Investment Program. Again, the CIP projects are listed in the handouts on the website, and take any questions.
If you this is Cam Coley with Charlotte Water. If you have any questions, please use the Q&A section to chat your question. If it is something extremely detailed that you need to speak, just add that in there, and we can open up the mic to allow you to provide more detail. The first question we have is for Jeff Davis. Are all of Jeff's group's projects designed under the on-call?
I would say yes, 98% of the time. That is correct.
Okay, the next question is, who is the point of contact to request the opportunity to submit RFQs for design? And I guess that may be more a general question for both sides.
Well, all of our RFQs come through the Charlotte Water Procurement Division. So typically somebody in Abby Dolan's group is the point of contact for that specific RFQ.
Another reminder for that question would be the website for contract opportunities. There is an opportunity there to receive alerts so that you get an email anytime anything is being posted or advertised, and definitely keep in contact with the procurement team as to learning more about what's available or what's coming. Those are the questions we have emailed so far, chatted in so far. So I'm waiting. We have a few more.
And we do have another one that just posted.
Okay, the next question is, how does a firm get reviewed to be included in the on-call design team?
Well, this is Jeff Davis. So our on-call contracts are usually for a 3-year term, and we just made the selection last fall for the FY 21 through 23 on-call contracts. So we'll have another RFQ that will go out in approximately 3 years for the next 3-year set of contracts. So be on the lookout for that in the next 3 years. It'll be advertised, of course, like you were saying, Cam, through the website. That opportunity.
So we have one more question. It says, can you repeat how the project alerts work?
Repeat that last part.
How do the project alerts work? So I'm not sure what he means by that, but.
Again, you broke off at the critical word. I didn't quite.
One more time, Bob, now real slowly.
How do project alerts work? Alerts future projects.
Well, it sends, my understanding is it sends you an email. If you've signed up for those alerts, it sends you an email to your email address that there's been something posted on the website, and you can go see if it applies to you or not.
Okay, we have a few more questions that have come in. The first one is the $35 million budget for Belmont Lift Station for the design construction, or does that include cost outside the PDB contract?
That's probably, that is total project cost. So the other costs beyond just the construction of the pump station and force main.
The next question I see is, do you have to be pre-qualified to bid on these projects?
Some of our projects, we pre-qualify contractors or request qualifications information with the bid package. So it's project specific.
Yes, for ROSG, usually not. I think we've had one project where we pre-qualified, and that was a very large project, but usually not for ROSG projects.
We got one more that was asking, don't have all the detail, but just that minority requirements on contracts for testing services, environmental, geotech, and CMT. So I don't know if that might be better use or better for Frederica to explain a little bit about the CBI.
Okay, Cam, so what was the question again?
It just had minority requirements on contracts for testing services on environmental, geotech, and CMT. So it didn't have a whole lot of other detail there. So wasn't sure if there might be an opportunity to bring up CBI. Oh, here we go. Will geotech survey, material testing, RFQs be advertised with the projects, or are they included in design contracts? So that may be a Chuck question now.
Okay.
Yeah, we have individual, we do have RFQ, not sure where we're at in the cycle right now as far as, you know, if we're going to have one this coming year, but for doing geotech type services directly for Charlotte Water on projects. And then in some projects, the types of services are provided by the project team, whether it's the engineer or the design build team, you know, depending on the method that the project's going to be delivered.
On the, this is Jeff Davis, on the on-call engineering contracts that we have right now, there is a CBI requirement to be established or to be met on those contracts. And many of the consultants utilize CBI testing firms, inspection firms, and so forth. So, and they're always looking for more. So there's more opportunity there.
And just to follow up with Chuck and Jeff, that is on a project by project basis.
Okay, and the next question would be for Bhavna. On previous CIP tables, they included a column for time, delivery method, status. Are these going to be included, or are those discontinued?
We didn't include it in the PDF, but they can email me and I can send them that sheet.
I'd like to follow up if possible. So if you've taken part in these presentations over the last number of years, you see that we have evolved these presentations and the information that we share. So if you have any recommendations, suggestions of what we present, how we present it, please definitely get those to the Charlotte Water staff, particularly Bhavna can be our point woman on that. But we're always trying to find ways to disseminate information that's easily digestible and relevant to the work that you do. So please continue to communicate with us and how we can pass along information in a timely and efficient fashion. Thank you.
The next question I see on the board is, can you provide names of the current on-call engineers?
Yes, we have Black and Veatch, Brown and Caldwell, Sawyer, Stantec. Let's see. We also have HDR, and we have some smaller firms like Highfield Infrastructure, Crytek, AME is an HVAC consultant, MCI an HVAC consultant, and I think that's pretty close to the number we have right now. But if you'd like to follow up on that, please send me an email and I'll be glad to get you the list. The only other firm I might, Sturgill Engineering and Southeastern, they're both specialized in electrical engineering.
Jeff, this is Ron Hargrove. I guess some folks may be new to trying to work with Charlotte Water, so you or Chuck might want to describe what firms should do to try and get us familiar with them, and for them to share what their skills and capabilities are in order to be better capable of competing for work in the future.
Jeff, you want to take that?
Yeah. Well, like I was saying a little bit ago, last fall we had the on-call RFQ go out. So we've already selected it for the next 3 years. I would say to try to maybe act as a subconsultant to one of the on-call firms we have right now to get your foot in the door and establish a record with Charlotte Water. And I'm sure that I know that there are other RFQ opportunities that come up outside of my on-call. So do your best to try to get involved either as the prime consultant or a subconsultant on those type of projects.
And hello, everyone. This is Carl Wilson. Just to chime in a little bit more on what Jeff was saying, the projects and the opportunities that you all have heard so far are definitely a large part of our capital plan and program. But it's not all being. In other words, there are other opportunities, like Jeff kind of alluded to, that run throughout Charlotte Water. So there could be opportunities in our field operations group that are related to engineering and construction services, as well as other areas within Carrie or my groups, or Chuck or Jeff or Marcus's, anyone's groups that really, or Bhavna even, that give opportunities to folks for capital access into the capital program. So just be on the lookout. I think the best bet is like someone had mentioned earlier, is to get on the list of to receive additional opportunities from our procurement group. And Abby and her group do a great job of putting that information out in timely manners. So so just keep a lookout for that.
The next question looks to be for Frederica. Are vendors able to find out the goals for small and minority contractors on each job?
Was the question, how do they find out, or was that again?
Are they able to find out the goals for small and minority contractors for each job?
Yes, they are. Those are, once the project is posted, that is listed on the City Contracts Opportunity website. If you know about a job, you can always contact me, Frederica Love, or Khadija Horn, who is our business diversity specialist. And we can get you that information, especially if we may be in the process of working on it, haven't determined a goal. But once the goal has been set and the project has been advertised, it is out there. But of course, if you have any additional questions about that, you can always contact us. Oh, and one other thing is that we also send out direct email notifications. We notify each certified firm for the scope of work that has been identified to set that goal. So please make sure that your email information is up to date so that you will receive that email.
Drika, this is Ron. Can you share just a little bit of the details about the steps that we take to set goals, and then what the sub community should be doing when projects get posted, in trying to network and get opportunities with the GCs that may be bidding on those projects? Can you share a little bit of details on that? Yes,
Absolutely, Ron. We take the Excel spreadsheet. We work very close with the project manager to find out about the project and opportunities. So what we do is we go down line item by line item to determine if there is on an Excel spreadsheet, if there is an opportunity on that project. Once that is done, then the goal will be set. That is, of course, then sent on to the Charlotte Business Inclusion Office for their concurrence. And either if they concur, that's great, or they'll reach back out to us for additional questions. But once that's done, then their concurrence is communicated to the project manager, and advertisement, we move forward with advertisement. In between that and the pre-bid or the bid opening, like I just mentioned, we send an email directly to the firms who have listed those scopes of work as a service they provide. So it's really important that your contact information is always up to date. Otherwise, we get bounce backs and you may never get that heads up about the project. In that information is the usually the bid opening date. If we get it out early enough, it will also include the pre-bid. That is where you can come and meet the plan holders. You can listen to the project being discussed. And we always ask if there's any certified firms in attendance. So, and if so, announce yourself so that the contractors who may be bidding on the projects will know who you are. But that is a great time on each project that we do that on for the certified firm to have a conversation with the potential bidders. Ron, I think I forgot something. I think that was more to your question. But we're constantly sending out information to let certified firms know about the projects and how to get in contact with people. And if you don't remember anything that I said, then please just make sure that on the city contracts opportunity website, which is the charlottebusinessinclusion.com website, there is a notify me button. If you are already set up for that, make sure you've updated your information so that you will get the postings when they happen. And attend our pre-bids. Right now, they're WebExes, but attend those. And if you have any additional questions, don't hold back, because that's what we're there for. We're always looking to increase our participation on the projects. We work pretty diligently at that, and also to connect a face and a name with other faces and names. Ron, did I leave off anything?
No, Frederica, I think you did a good job of covering. I just want to make sure that any subs that are listening along in this, the basic point I want to get across is that opportunities for work come from the projects, not just Charlotte Water. Charlotte Water isn't going to connect subs and general contractors or design consultants.
Correct.
We set goals on both construction and services, which include engineering services. So the connectivity needs to be between the folks bidding or proposing on work with Charlotte Water, not to Charlotte Water directly. And so what Frederica mentioned about getting on the city's list and keeping your certifications with the city up is critical, but making sure that contact information is current and accurate so that when proposers and bidders are seeking work with Charlotte Water, they have a way to get in contact with the various subs that may help boost their project as it's being evaluated.
Yeah, Ron, thank you for that. And I'd like to follow up with, on occasion, like Ron said, is true. We're trying to connect or make that connection between the sub and the consultant or the contractor. We're not the ones, for example, on occasion I get quotes and so forth. We would have already sent a plan holders list out. We determine the goal by all of the opportunities, and it is up for the certified firm responsibility and contractors for you all to get together with each other. We don't mind helping that happen, but really that's why we put out all the information that we do to make it easier to make that connection.
that appears to be the last question we have. Just double check and make sure nothing else has come in anywhere else. If there are any last questions, we'll wait just a second here and see if one pops up. Okay.
So I want to mention that we will update the contact slide for this presentation before it gets uploaded onto our website with all of the panelists' contact information and their titles, and we'll also make sure that the right emails are associated with the right individuals. So I just saw a few questions coming in about that. So we'll make that available, as well as any important websites that we had talked about during today's presentation will also be into some slides. So Cam, are we ready to close this out?
Yes, thank you very much. Looks like the questions portion is complete.
All right, so I just want to say a very big thank you for our panelists for doing this. I also want to thank you, the audience, and the participants for joining us today live. I'll also do a future thank you to those that watch the recording, and please reach out to any of the staff members that will be listed in the PowerPoint for any particular questions of projects or how we manage our capital program and capital projects, even some of our operational projects. So please feel free to communicate with us, and again, let us know how we can get you better information, timely information, and help you out in the work that you do as well. So again, we appreciate you. We appreciate the panelists. Thank you for your time today.